Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to today's video. I'm going to be discussing the Beetrooper archetype. It's a deck that I've been playing a little bit on ladder. I've really been enjoying it, and it's just a nice change of pace from what is available in the metagame. So if you're looking for something different, something new, would highly consider giving this deck a shot. I think this deck is actually really sick. I think Resonance Insect is not on the same power level as Block Dragon, but it feels like Block Dragon whenever you like hard draw it and like resolve it multiple times. I really enjoy the card. I think the card is absolute insanity. But yeah, today we're gonna be going over like the deck that I constructed, and yeah, let's get right into it. So this is the Beetrooper deck that I made. I wanted to play a lot of defensive cards because I find that this deck when it full combos, it doesn't end on anything oppressive. So I figured having like defensive cards paired along with a very recursive engine, kind of like similar to like if you're playing like an Earth Machine deck or like something along those lines where you're playing like a two-card combo deck kind of, and you're trying to have defensive cards, just make sure that you like stay in the game. Um, so like this is kind of like what I have Ash Blossom, Imperm, Effect Veiler, Retaliating Sea, which is searchable off of Goki Pole, and then you have 3 Nibru. Um, I think Nibru's a lot worse going first because it's basically a dead card when you have like the Link 4. But I think the hand trap is so powerful right now that I like would still consider playing it. If you don't want to play Nibru, I think you can, like make the decision to like cut it and play either like Twin Twister in the main deck against like the trap decks that are running rampant now. But I would definitely say Nibru is definitely the more flex option. I just decided to main deck it because I see a lot of Tri Brigade players going for the Rescue Cat line, and Nibru is a lot better into those matchups, as well as like Nibru just being really good against Virtual, which is gaining popularity. I just find that like this hand trap covers the decks that Veiler and Imperm don't, so that's why I like wanted to have Nibru. Also, like like Dragon Link is also still a deck, so I wanted to like have it, but I understand that it's not that great when you go first with like your Beetrooper setup. Um, but yeah, so the next card we're going to talk about is the 3 Ready Fusion. This is basically a way for you to summon generic, insect extender, which is Quaggar Hercules. So I just maxed it out. I think it's really unique to have like a extender that's not vulnerable to like I guess hand traps. Because I guess like the other ones could get stopped from the hand, but like Ready Fusion like doesn't really. So I really like that component. The Beetrooper spell, and then Call by the Grave. So this is basically just Monster Reborn, but I think the more important effect of it is actually the fact that whenever a face-up insect monster you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you get to summon a Beetrooper token. That effect is really strong. There's a lot of like grindy games where like sometimes you just set up like the field spell, and then you just like keep summoning a token, which is like weirdly enough like really strong. Call by the Grave because it's Call by the Grave. And then the Beetrooper Flying Sting, which is the recyclable counter trap in the archetype. It's generally what you like try to end on. So this card is like really strong. It's part of the archetype. It's searchable. So there's that. One Arbalest. This is search off of Goki Pole. It's one of your. It's one of the best follow up card that you can play. It summons an insect monster. It's basically Wolf Bark from the graveyard, but it doesn't negate that monster, which is really powerful. So like you can use its effect to summon back a Scout Buggy and then use Scout Buggy. So that's really nice. Also, its effect where when it's destroyed by an opponent's card, like either through like battle or like torrential, it can actually summon any Beetrooper monster from your hand or deck. So that's really nice because you can like summon a card like Sting and get more follow up. But Sting's the next card. Sting is basically Stratos for Battle Wasp monsters, which is really nice. And it also has an effect that is even like I think really relevant if you can end on the full board as well, which is you contribute another insect monster and then target an effect monster opponent controls, negating its effect until the end of the turn. So there's ways to like dodge Veiler and Imperm going second, and also counteract like Appaloosa, which is really nice. You have like Ping the Bullseye, which is a free special summon from the hand if you control an insect. There's like no restriction, so you max this out, and then you can inflict 200 burn damage, which is pretty nice. Scout Buggy, which is basically like it's a slightly worse tour guide because usually tour guide does something when you summon 2 of them. Scout Buggy just summons 2 insects to like either make you the Pap or the Pico, or it makes you like basically the Nightmare Golem in the archetype. But it's still like a really good card. Like it's searchable. And it's just like a really really nice way to put multiple insects on the field in order to do like the Beetrooper Horn Pico combo. You have Twin Bow, which is basically another extender, but it locks you into insect monsters for the rest of the turn. It's not a real extender, but typically, if like this is one of the, it's a worse extender than Bullseye, which is why it's at 1, because that you get locked into like extra deck monsters for like insect wise. So there are game states where sometimes you do want to make like an access code or an also a play. So there's that. I play a triple scale bomber. I think this card is like pretty good. It's like basically a Kajimuchi Knight that also has a Ghost Ogre esque effect by attributing an insect monster. I think this card is really nice. Just because they like you can go like normal stuff and staying chilling to scale bomber, and like all of a sudden you already like put a lot of card on the field, and you chain block your sting, you chain block your scout buggy. It's really really nice. Sting Lancer, I think this card is absolutely insane. The reason why it's on at 3 is only because that it's not always live going second. But going first, this card is absolutely nutty. If you were to get hand trap anyway at all, you can put back your opponent's like monster hand trap back into the bottom of their deck, shuffle back an insect monster, and then like search as Beetrooper spell trap. This card is absolutely crazy. It's a searchable hand trap. That's basically a pseudo like I guess graveyard manipulation plus recycle for your deck. As well as like searching you follow-up cards either through like the field spell or the counter trap. So this card is literally so crazy. I think this is one of the cards that helps you like in the Dytron matchup a lot. So I really really like this card. And Beetrooper Sting Lancer is searchable off the Link 4, but it's also searchable off of Resonance Insect, which is whenever it's sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add a level 5 or higher insect monster from your deck to your hand. And whenever this card is banished, you can send any insect monster from your deck to the graveyard. I believe this card came out in Duelist Alliance. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this was an era of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where nothing was harsh once per turn. Construct came out of Duelist Alliance. Dante came out of Duelist Alliance. Cards were just not once per turns. And Resident Insect was of that era, and you can definitely see it here. Like getting you multiple adds and multiple pluses. It's so crazy. And even though you only see like 2 Sting Lancer and a Doom Dozer, the Pico shuffles back your higher insect monsters as well as like the Goki pole that allows you to like keep searching those same cards and like keep looping Sting Lancers, keep summoning Doom Dozer and all that good stuff. Goku Pole is really nice. I honestly, if you were to cut the Nibiru, there's an also you can play a vanilla monster just so that Goku Pole can like have the option to destroy a monster on the field. Accidentally deleted it. So that's something that's definitely a consideration. I haven't tried it yet, but I think like if you were to play, you can play this Gokibor card. Just because like it can only destroy monsters on the field with attack greater than or equal to the special summon monster. So if you play the 2K vanilla one, like you can only destroy 2K or higher. So like playing the lowest attack one is generally better, I believe, just because you can like summon it and then pop basically any monster that has greater than or equal to the special summon monster's attack. So honestly, I still like wasn't sure if I wanted to play it, but I would maybe put it in to be honest. Cut the Nibrus and then like just play like either I think in pure order in the main deck. I'm like literally making adjustments as I'm doing this deck profile because like the thing is I think this deck has a lot of potential. There's still cards coming out in Burst of Destiny that we still don't know about yet. So I'm still like working on it, and it's basically for the for everyone who's like staying all the way to the end watching the profile. Shout out to you guys. And then the only other card potentially is also like a Context Sea because of the Tri-Brigade deck is beginning a lot of popularity. So searching Context Sea, if you can resolve multiple Resonance Insect, it's not that bad as well. So I would probably change the list. Maybe something like this if you don't want to play Nibiru. Because I know, like, I already know the comment section will probably be asking, like, Nib is, like, really bad, like, going first, like, all that good stuff. So, I understand that. So that's definitely an important concession that the deck makes when they decide to play Nib. But I think the Nibiru is such an insane card. So I'll probably just side it into it, I guess. For that extract, you play the 1 Kragar, you play Zeus, Cicada King. I play Triple Horn. I think this card is absolutely crazy. Getting a double double summon is nuts, but also being able to bring yourself back from the graveyard, banishing Resonance Insect, triggering your Resonance Insect, and then if you were to summon it back from the graveyard, you can use this effect to get an additional normal summon. It's a really really crazy card. You have the Link 4, which is like a pseudo towers. Your opponent cannot target this card with card effects and cannot be destroyed by card effects. So you have to like pretty much like kill it by battle, or which is like really really annoying. Basically, it has like Dragoon protection if you really think about it. And then it has an effect where it can contribute an insect monster to summon a Beetrooper from the deck or gain 2k attack until the end of the turn. So you usually in the combo like summon a Sting Lancer from the deck and use Sting Lancer to search a flying Sting, which is really nice. I play Pico because I find myself sometimes I have to like banish them, so I just max her out because her adverse effect is absolutely crazy, and she's basically a pseudo Union carrier because when she's link summoned, she can equip an insect monster with an insect monster from the deck. So usually you want to equip like the Resonance Insect and just go like super plus off of that. Papillion is really nice because it's something that you can also end on to like summon a level 4 or lower insect monster from your graveyard in defense. One other thing to mention with Cicada King is there's actually a cool line where if you overlay Goki Pole with like Scale Bomber, you can like or like maybe like Scout Buggy, you can like go Cicada King effect, attach Goki Pole to negate, and then you can trigger Goki Pole to summon like Goki Boar and then pop a card, which is pretty fire. And then you play the Hake Kurimo. Basically your opponent summons in a really bad zone. This is one of the ways you can like it's first of all a generic insect link, which is really nice. So when I was playing Nibru, right, like sometimes you need to link off the Nibru into like an insect monster, so like your lines are available. But it also makes it so that if a monster this card points to destroy by battle or card effect, you get to like summon back an insect monster from the hand or graveyard. But banishing when it leaves the field. So it's really nice because if they leave anything in the middle column or the far left column closest to the graveyard, summoning this card is really nice because it allows you to like get that effect, which helps you extend even more. It's kind of like if your opponent like gives you a zone for LP or Pisty, it's just like a really really nice card. And then I play also when I play Access Code, you have a bunch of Earth monsters in the deck that are like can you double summons and all that good stuff. So I find having these cards like really nice option just to like go into like access code lines. So I think these cards are definitely like the more flexible option, but it's just something to have in the back pocket for sure. And then the side deck is something that I was like thinking about when I was trying to figure out like what this deck really loses to. I think there's a popularity in Dytron, so like I wanted to have cards that just destroy the Dytron matchup, and Joel is a very versatile card into the Dragon Link matchup, into the Virtual matchup, into the Invoke Shaddoll matchup. So Joel covers a lot of that. You have like the Twin Twisters, just for like the trap decks with the Lightning Storm because the trap decks are very very annoying to beat sometimes. The reason why you play 3 Storm instead of 2 Storm and a Duster is because Storm is very versatile in order to like hit main deck monsters or monsters in like attack position. Which is really really nice because like for example against the Tri deck, if you can just hit the Appaloosa, you can probably play through the Revolt. And then you have like Nib and then Godarla. I think Godarla is a very very good card because against like let's say like the Winda decks, having a card that you can search to like tribute their Winda so that you can play after is really really nice. So I think this card is like pretty insane. But also like sometimes into like other matchups, like having this card as a search out to like Dragoon. Post side is like really really nice. There's an argument to maybe main deck it, but I just didn't want to brick on it to be honest with you. So that was kind of like my logic, but there's also an argument to make this if you have a lot of Dragoon players at your locals, and definitely main deck this. It's searchable, like I said, all Resonance Insect. So it's very very strong. Another card I wanted to like mention was Almirage. So this was a card that like sometimes you like make if you can't play the game. And I think that there's an argument to like maybe even cut Zeus because like it's really really hard to like make Zeus, because like most of the time like Cicada King doesn't like get you there. So I don't know, like there's definitely an argument to like maybe cut Zeus. You can also cut like the access code also a package as well and play the Almirage. But the reason why you might consider playing Almirage is because of Goki Pole and Resonance Insect. So sometimes you can't play the game at all, and you need to go something like Normal Summon Resonance Insect. Link it off for Almirage. Use Resonance Insect to like search you either like the Sting Lancer or like something that can like get you maybe cards. But keep in mind, right? Like even if you go like search Sting Lancer, you search like Doomdozer. Sometimes you can't play the game. But at least going second, Sting Lancer is more often than not like usually live. But it's just like sometimes you have to do like a really really awkward play. So Almirage sometimes comes up, but like when I was testing the deck, it like usually doesn't come up for me, so I like don't play it. But it's definitely an option as well. Like I think those are the cards I really wanted to mention. This is a deck that I've been trying to climb with, that I've been having a lot of fun with. It's just something, like I said, something new, something different than what we have in the metagame. I really like it. It's really fun. Shout out to Josh from Bean Soldier TV. He let me borrow his deck, and when I was in Ohio and I play tested with it, and I kind of learned the combo lines, and it is really it's really sick. I highly encourage you guys to like try and pick up rogue strategies because you don't want to be caught with like your pants down essentially playing a deck. And this is kind of like one of the benefits I feel like I've gotten just from like playing multiple decks is that I just like none of these decks like surprise me when I do meet them in tournaments. And I definitely caught a lot of people misplaying against the Beetrooper deck because they had no idea what the cards do or what the goal of the deck is. But overall, if you guys enjoyed the profile, let me know. Something a little different. I just wanted to share something that I've been like messing around with, tinkering with. And if you have any suggestions, let me know for sure. But other than that, I'll talk to you guys later. I'll see you guys in the next one. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Peace.